Hey, what's up, guys? This is a podcast about Fire Emblem. We're gonna talk about what we like, what we didn't like, aka spoiler warning, heavy spoiler warning. And just to you to get context, this is the first of a series, maybe, that we're gonna have. So no one here actually completed the storyline yet. We're mostly halfway or more than halfway our Pacific game. So we're just gonna give us our own opinions on how the game is progressing and what basic thought about it. So yeah, I'm gonna be your host. My name is Antonio. You can find me. I'm an artist. I'm gonna be coming up with a comic book. You can find my deviant art as in error bonus full bonus error at deviantart.com. You can check out my artwork. Whatever. But yeah, these are my cast. Shasta, do you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Shasta, also known as Heartblood Rose on YouTube and DeviantArt. I mainly draw cats, and I'm a huge fan of the Warrior Cat series. I'm currently playing Birthright. Thank you.
Yo, Kibu, do you mind introducing yourself?
Who is that?
Nikhil.
Oh, hi, I'm Michaela. I have a YouTube channel, Gidu459, if you're interested in that. I don't know, I do unboxings and such, and some reviews. I'm currently playing Birthright as well. Haven't finished it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh wow, I completely forgot. Yo, what games are you guys actually playing? I am playing Congress. And,
yeah, don't worry, they got it.
What game are you playing?
She said Birthright. But...
Oh, she said. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Move on. Yo, Ahmed.
Hello, my name is Shingu Amito. You can find me on YouTube, DeviantArt, and Instagram as Shingu Amito. Currently, I am playing Fire Emblem Birthright.
Yo.
We got one conquest up in here.
It's fine.
My name's Maria. I'm not an artist or anything, so I don't have any link or anything to give everybody. But I am playing Birthright.
That's technically a lie. She is an artist. She just doesn't have a dedicated site, but it's okay. Her masterpieces will never be seen by the world. She's one of those artists that lives in seclusion and is a hermit, but is actually awesome in disguise.
Yeah, she's one of those mixed ninjas because she's a writer / artist. So.
Yeah. You don't mess with Maria. That's all I have to say.
So yo, off the bat, do you guys want to talk about your experience with the game so far and your specific storylines?
Hold on. Are you talking about in specific to the games you're playing right now, or in terms of the entire franchise?
Actually, no. That's a better question. What is your experience overall with the franchise of Fire Emblem? AKA, me, I got into Fire Emblem because all the hype of Fire Emblem Awakening, and I started really late, and it took me a whole year to beat that game fully, but I loved every moment of it. What are your experiences with the franchise?
Mine's the exact same. I started with Awakening mostly because my cousin started playing it, and he really, really wanted me to play it, and then my friend got it, and I was like, you can marry people? I'm gonna buy that. And then I did.
I sell it as the shipping game. I started with Radiant Dawn. That was a lot of fun. Then I only got a small taste of it, though. I never finished it. And then I played Fire Emblem Awakening, beat it in 2 days. And I am now struggling to beat Birthright.
Yo, you just threw Tony under the bus. Tony's like, it took me a year to beat that. Shasta's just like, took me 2 days. Took me 2 days.
I was just gonna say, holy cow, 2 days.
I had the days off.
It still doesn't justify Tony's year, but that's okay.
If you didn't spend a lot of time grinding in Awakening, though, it's totally possible. Awakening was actually fairly short. There was only 25 chapters or something?
25 chapters. It had a better weapons mechanic than I think Birthright and Conquest, though.
I contest that point, but we will get to that later.
I think getting weapons in Conquest or the Birthright series is too easy. Go ahead, though.
I didn't start. I started playing Awakening because my brother Tony was really into it, and he kept wanting me to try it. And then so I bought the game because it was on sale, and I started playing it. And I really liked the whole, pairing people off just because I liked doing that and getting the children. So I was like, I was looking at all the stuff about Fates, and I liked a lot of the castle mechanics. So I was like, I'm going to try it, and yeah.
Nice. All right, I'm the last one. So, ironically enough, my story is the longest. I started playing Fire Emblem when I was 10 or 11 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I first got my GameCube, the first game I got for it was Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I unlocked randomly after hearing about it from my friend Roy and Marth. I'm like, yo, these characters are awesome. What game are they from? To my dismay, they were from the Fire Emblem series, which hadn't been released in America at that point. So I went on playing Smash Bros. Using Marth and Roy all the time until, like, one happy day, my mom takes me to GameStop, and I find a Fire Emblem game just sitting there in the GameStop, and I buy it immediately, of course, and I play it. And I was playing it with my cousin at the time, and since that point, the first Fire Emblem released in America was on the Game Boy Advance. I've been an avid fan of Fire Emblem, and I played every single game in the franchise. I've beaten all of them except for the current ones and Path of Radiance, which I got to the final chapter of, but then my brother deleted my file, so I never had the heart to go back. Yeah, that's about my story.
That would have been painful.
Oh yeah, so painful. But we don't talk about that. That's my dark past.
So, I was wondering, what do you guys think about the game so far? Yeah, I'll go first. The game so far, I love the demo part, the tutorial part. I thought it was fantastic. But then as you're playing Conquest, it kind of down for me as far the more I go. And I'm playing the game and I'm wishing, and I want to go back and play Awakening. And I didn't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. And the new mechanics was a really curveball, and took me a little bit to actually get the hang of it. AKA, a lot of people died, a lot of games restarted. But then after like chapter 14, I really started enjoying it, and just I actually want to play Conquest again, and start from the very beginning. And I completely forgot about Awakening. Like, yeah, after 14, it starts blowing everything out of the water, and you really get the flow of it. And I thought that was awkward because I thought I was gonna love the game, and I thought there was something wrong with me for not liking the game as much as I should have. Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic game. I just wanted to play Fire Emblem Awakening again. So yeah, do you guys have anything to say about your experience so far?
I'm in between. Personally, I think there's some elements of Birthright and Conquest that are much better than Fire Emblem Awakening. And in other departments, I feel like... And don't get me wrong, Fire Emblem Awakening had its rushed characters too. I just feel like the assembly of the cast feels a bit rushed. There's only a few characters that are, as far as I've noticed. Mind you, this is my first playthrough. I haven't gone through and, like, married the shit out of everyone yet. And I felt a little unsatisfied with some of the characters.
I agree.
Can I chime in and respond to that for a little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I need to make it like abundantly clear my stance on that. I don't think that you sit down and you play a Fire Emblem game for characters that are well developed, and neither do you sit down and play a Fire Emblem game for a story that's well developed. The story is simple. The characters are simple. The most interesting part of a Fire Emblem game is learning about these characters more through support conversations, and that's what really sells the series to people. I think if you didn't have the support conversation ability, then there would be no excuse for, as you say, the rushed characters and stuff like that. But that's not why I think a lot of people find, joy in this series overall. It's never been about the character specifically or the story specifically.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh,
Fair enough.
with me,
Sure.
oh, can I go now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. With me, I think I enjoyed the storyline a lot better than Awakening. At Awakening, I got to a point and I just kind of got bored because the story. I'm a very story-driven kind of person in games, so it was, it kind of bored me a little bit, so I didn't, want to play it. I find the storyline very interesting, especially having conversations with my husband with the differences, because he's playing Conquest and I'm playing Birthright, so we talk about the difference in the chapter. So it's interesting to see, how the story unfolds on each of the games, and I like that about it. I like the main characters. I think they're great. I really enjoy all of them, and it's like Ahmed said, their support conversations where it really shines and you get to see their personalities. But I do feel that the children are kind of lacking in this
That's
one.
what I was specifically talking about.
Yeah, the children to me felt very lacking. I felt like they didn't really put much thought into the children.
Except for Dwyer.
Dwyer, which one's that one?
He's so cute.
He's adorable. He's the butler's child.
He's the cute one,
Oh,
alright?
yes. Okay, yes. No. Yeah, he's like the only really interesting one, honestly, because his I guess his rivalry with his father is very interesting, and I feel that's what's lacking with all the other characters, because what you see a lot of their support is with their parents, and it just, the other ones seem very lacking with them. And even when you marry off, the children together, it felt kind of lacking. Like the children were just a little bit of an afterthought. At least that's to me. Like I like the children in Awakening a lot better.
Interestingly, to that point, though, every single conversation the avatar, your character, has with each of the children is extremely entertaining.
Well, I haven't done that yet.
Except for with Kana. Kana
Really?
is a very boring character as a child.
Well, because Kana is like 12 years old. she's the youngest child character you could get.
But you're saying, like, because they're 12, they can't be interesting?
No.
Oh.
Wait, can you marry the 12-year-old off?
Okay, let's be honest.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if you can, but how many 12-year-olds do you know in like anime and manga that are actually legitimately interesting? Can you name off at least 5? I don't know if you can.
Sakura. Cardcaptor Sakura.
There's one.
There's Sakura. There's,
Serena was originally 12 when the series started.
Sayorian.
So annoying.
Sakura, Sayorian. I can name a couple. I can't recall their names entirely, but I know the series that they're from. What was it
Child
called?
Play, the girl in it.
Child Play, yeah. Eden no Ori. There's a 12-year-old girl who's kind of fucked up, but she was interesting. Actually, to be saying she, it's actually a he. Anyway, so that's 4, and one more.
I got double whammy. The twins in Black Lagoon.
Yeah, well, there you
yes.
go.
Oh,
But-
yes.
Wow. Yeah. Holy crap.
Pretty cool.
There
From
is
And Fruit Basket.
Okay, you know what? I
It's
stand
like
corrected.
your,
You can name more than
feet.
5.
Yes, exactly. And the thing is it doesn't matter the age of the character. To make dynamic conversations is to make the character unique in its own right. This is going beyond the Fire Emblem games, and just a point, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter your age as a character, right? As long as they're dynamic and interesting. And Kana, out of all the children, who's, your child in specific in Fire Emblem Birthright Conquest, is boring. They're boring. They're trying to make you feel good about yourself. That's what Kana's there for. But it doesn't work because Kana has no character.
Yeah,
Even in the support.
I have to say it's very much like what they did with Morgan from Awakening. But the thing about Morgan is that he or she has canonical significance to the entire Fire Emblem universe, and that's what made them a great character.
Yes.
So they actually had more going for them than what Kana has going for her right now. Now, I don't know if the DLC changes any of this, if she has some special role in the DLC, because I have no idea what the DLC is about yet. But for now, like, I can say that Morgan was already a good character. Morgan was established to be very, very important to the canonical Fire Emblem universe, and then they added DLC on top of that to make Morgan one of the coolest characters you could possibly get, coolest children characters. So if they do the same thing with Kana, it makes sense.
Hopefully. I prefer Dwyer out of the children characters just because Dwyer has probably the most dynamic relationship with his father, Jacob.
Well,
Like, instead of trying to build each other up, they're trying to tear each other down.
It's so funny.
It's hilarious. And the fact that they're counter opposites and yet trying to have the same ending result makes it more entertaining.
Like, they both like serving and helping, but in different ways, because he's like, I'm a butler, and he's like, well, I'm a priest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hilarious.
Actually, I haven't unlocked these supports, so this is all new information for me. I'm going to go and check them out when I can.
Yeah, and actually, Dwyer's design is probably the most unique out of the children too. He's personally one of my favorite characters so far. Him, Jacob, and Kaga.
He's very unique looking to everybody.
Anyway, sorry, you were about to say something.
Sorry, Michaela.
Michaela.
I was just saying he looks like Nier and like L, like mixed.
Yeah, he does.
Totally does.
Anyway, so continue. What's the next question?
No, well, I may never answer the question.
Could you repeat the question real quick for me?
How is the game? How you liking the game so far, or not liking it, or any problems?
All right, so grain of salt with my answer because I'm Fire Emblem is near and dear to my heart. So every single time a new iteration comes out, I'm just like, yes, this is the best thing ever, and that's what I'm going to say about Birthright and Conquest so far. This is literally the best thing ever. Like I've played every single iteration of the series, and I can say right now this is the tightest I've ever felt about the game. And probably when I finish the game, I can give a more detailed, in-depth response to this. But all I can say right now is I'm fanboying like a little 2-year-old. When he first gets his chew toy. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. But we'll just
No, it doesn't. You should have said you're a puppy with the chew toy. That sounds
no. Because I actually did get a chew toy when I was 2 years old. So it doesn't make sense in context, but personally it does. What I did with that chew toy, I won't tell you. That's also part of my dark past.
Was it like a dog's chew toy?
No. It was actually a stuffed elephant that I turned into a chew toy. But
okay.
We can move on now. I don't need to talk about this.
Let's jump the pace here.
I actually wanted to add on to the conversation that you guys were having with the children. I have not unlocked any children yet. Yes, shame on me. But I'm playing Conquest, different games. No, you can't judge me. I will say the conversations has been really lacking for a lot of them. When I was playing Awakening, I love opening up these conversations, and I could find jewels in every conversation. And Conquest, yes, there's a couple good conversations, and like if you get to like B, it starts getting interesting, or A starts getting interesting. But a lot of these conversations are kind of redundant and like no point, and they're not actually adding to any person's personality. And I feel kind of hurt because of that, and I don't feel good actually saying that either. And that's my journey through to Conquest. So I'm finding it really hard to grind those conversations, especially when experience is very limited in my point of view. So yeah, do you guys have anything to add with those conversations?
I haven't played Conquest yet, so I wouldn't know. I think for the most part, I have to agree with the redundancies, but I'm finding more and more tools as I go along. So maybe your experience will change with more time.
Yes. Kind of like mirroring what Shasta is saying. Like, me and Tony had talked about this before, but I do want to say that when he mentions this to me the first time, I thought it was actually ironic because Birthright, for all intents and purposes, is the successor to Fire Emblem Awakening, like in all ways, all shapes, all forms. Conquest, in my opinion, felt a lot more like it was for people who were fans of like the original Game Boy games, like and Path of Radiance, because it follows that formula a lot more closely. So going forward with that, like Awakening's gems in the conversations are very much paralleled in Birthrights from what I've played so far. I can't tell if this is the same in Conquest, but so far, if Conquest isn't showing that much, initiative in its support conversations, that can be attributed to the fact that it's more mechanics heavy, and that is something that the previous Fire Emblem games shared as well. Not to say there weren't gems in the support conversations, you just had to look for them, but support conversations were definitely a second or third objective, not the first objective when you were playing.
I also have a tip for you, Tony. Stop being cheap and buy a DLC, and then you could grind.
It's not being cheap.
I'm just teasing.
It's called being a man, but there's only 2 men here, so we can't even use that comment.
No, I'm just teasing.
And to add more points to what I was saying, I'll take Owain. Owain was so awesome in Awakening, but Owain in this game, everyone's legitimately just making fun of him and turning him down, and I got tired of listening to that crap. so I stopped leveling up his supports because I legitimately felt bad for him, and it shouldn't be that way. It simply shouldn't be that way. And yeah, I end my conversation on that.
It could be that you're just butthurt about Owain, but I would be butthurt too because Owain is my favorite child character from Awakening. So
But I also think
But the way I feel is everyone, like Selena and
I'll be right back.
Laszlo,
other name,
aka Inigo.
yeah, Laszlo, they all got shifted in this game, and it bugs me.
Okay, so I have to say that they actually have 2 or 3 episodes of DLC focusing entirely on them. So they did make it up with the DLC. I don't know what that story is about or anything, but it is there.
I was gonna say too, a lot that I've noticed too with this Fire Emblem that it wasn't like with Awakening. I felt like Awakening, no matter who you paired up in their conversations, they were interesting. They had a queue mechanic in each one. This I've noticed, depending who you're pairing them up with, the conversations could be lacking or more interesting. It's sort of like in this one they wanted to ship certain people together or have you put certain people together, and when you put them together, their stories are much more interesting than if you pair them up with other people. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely noticed that.
The counterpoint I'd like to raise to that as well is that while they've done that, they've also done something a lot, which I consider interesting, is they've taken like a core characteristic of each individual character in the game, and they've kind of like made a redundancy factor in each support. So if one character supports with like 4 or 5 other characters, and they all share some sort of support, you'll see like this kind of network of like that characteristic being developed very thoroughly. The best example I can give. Make this a little more clear. Setsuna, for you who are playing Birthright, the archer, who's
Yeah,
when she kills people, she's like victory, victory. Yeah. Okay. So Setsuna is apparently such a klutz that she finds herself in her own animal traps or something like that,
Mhm.
and she used to be bailed out like every single day by like every single character that supports with her.
I think I killed her.
Of course you wouldn't know
Oh!
that. Shasta, you killed too many people.
Oh!
Yeah, Shasta, I'm playing Classic and no one has died yet. You can't justify this right now.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna skip and go check my my units.
Mhm.
So hold on. I've got
And,
my
like-
character, Takumi Jacob, Kagero, Kiyoma, Inoka, Dwyer, Reina, Saito, Izana, Tsubaki, Kana, Kelidori, Shiro, Hana, Ouroboros, Felicia, Hayato, Scarlet, Sakura, Azuma, and Orochi.
Not
Oh.
enough. It's not enough.
I
Not a-
probably killed a quarter of the cast.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Play on Classic.
oh my gosh.
But when I play on Classic, I don't scumbag save.
The point I want to make is, first of all, Scumbag Save doesn't exist. That's just this fake concept that appeared out of nowhere. You guys, you play Fire Emblem the way you want to play Fire Emblem.
That's right.
Don't follow the crowd. Second of all, that's why I don't diss people with Phoenix mode too much. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is that Setsuna, like, that clutchiness is magnified because you hear so many people talking about it, so it kind of brings a sense of unity as to how people in the entire army think about this one person. So it's like there's a societal consensus, and there's also individual consensus between support conversations, and that's something that was not present in Awakening. Yeah, they had like the little clips when you looked up their bios, like, this is the guy who's the loudest partier, this is the guy who's the quietest chef or something, like in their bios. But here they actually make a point to show like what their widespread effects are on other people.
And I think that's how the children lack a little bit in this one, because they do kind of do that with not the main, but like the parents. You do see that because it's true. With Sasuna, you saw that, and it's freaking hilarious. And I feel that's why with some of the children, I just feel like it's lacking. I mean, that's why Dyer is so cool, because you see that laziness of his throughout every conversation. Like, his personality shines through with everybody. Well, with the other children, it's kind of like you don't see them shine that way with everything.
Okay, on this point, I'm playing Fire Emblem right now, and I'm having a support conversation with Tsubaki. I've just run into a conversation where he's chewing, right? And my character goes, "I knew it!" And it's like, what? And she goes, "Yeah, everyone's been talking about your eating habits and how you eat too much." And I've run into this before. So yes, I do have to agree. Most of it is pretty connected.
Yep.
I
And
just find that funny how that pops up as we're talking about it.
yes, it's beautiful. Fire Emblem, folks, play it if you haven't. I wanted to ask if Michaela's had a chance to answer because I haven't heard her voice.
Oh, about
You haven't heard of
I really haven't. I'm sorry. Like I don't know if you answered like a good portion of this current question wrong. What? Speaking of which, what question are we on?
I don't know.
We're still talking. We're still on the what you like and
Oh, yes.
don't like, and then we're just kind of going on a rant about this, about the
Sorry.
characters, conversations, and stuff. We sort
Got
of
it.
went on a tangent.
Thank you for reminding me. So, Michaela, like, what were the parts that you liked about this? Didn't like?
so far, like, well, one, I just always kind of liked Fire Emblem for the fact that you could, like, ship people together because my brain kind of already does that. A lot of the things, like, it's really, to me, I don't know, it was really similar to Awakening, so it was really easy for me to just get back into.
Mm.
And no, I'm not playing it on Classic because I'm a chicken shit, and I'm actually playing it on not Phoenix, but the other one where they come back after the end of your.
Casual? Are you playing casual?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I couldn't handle losing anybody.
It's
Yeah.
understandable. Like, again, I'm
So I
not going
like
to give people
that
flack.
option. I do like that they have that option. I don't like that you can't turn the difficulty back up. I think that's a little weird that they made it where you can only bring it down.
Wait, so could you like explain? So if I were to start on Lunatic and then I went down to hard, I couldn't go back up to Lunatic afterwards?
Nope.
What?
So they added.
Yeah.
So if you like really can't beat this one level, so you turn it down, so then you beat it on hard, they won't let you go back up to Lunatic. I just thought that was really weird that they would like, I don't know, not allow you to do that.
I guess that's catering to perfectionist playthroughs, but that's still kind of extreme. I mean, wow. Even Pokemon, when they had the difficulty thing, they would actually allow you to go up and down in the challenge mode.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Also, another thing I think I'm gonna get into all like the censorship stuff because some of the stuff they censored was a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb.
And also the voice acting. Some of the characters are really awesome, but like I was super excited for Joker's voice and like his character. I really liked his character beforehand, but then now in the English one, he has like that weird fake British accent, and it bugs me so much. I'm
He
sorry.
kind of reminds me. His voice actor kind of reminds me of a British Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. But that's-
But that was what's his face? Batman. Forget his name.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Thank you.
No problems.
But also, what's kind of weird is the voice actor who's playing Joker, or Jacob, I guess. He also voice acts for Saizo and Hayato, which I didn't know.
Wait, what? Hold on. Saizo and Hayato and Jacob all share the same voice. Wow, mind blown.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah,
But
I know.
It's American dub, so they're gonna all be from.
Yeah, I know.
No, I knew they shared dubs, especially for the Fire Emblem games. That happened in Awakening too, but I did. Saizo?
They're quite different characters, right?
Holy crap! Yes.
And his voice is like solo and serious, and then you just have like this British guy
Oh my gosh.
accent. I'm sorry.
All I can think of is that one time when Saizo was pawning off meat buns to Hana, and oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god! Oh my god, that was adorable!
And now you're telling me he shares the same voice actor with Jacob, and I'm just like, how? I can't compute. Oh my gosh, meat
Oh,
bun seller is
Fuck,
Jacob.
Calidori's all alone. Sorry, continue.
No, it's okay.
But
Um,
I'm gonna. Sorry.
No, keep on.
I was actually curious. I don't really want to like change the topic if everybody hasn't had a chance, but I'm kind of curious if you were personally in Corin's condition or like situation, would you choose Birthright or Conquest? Like, who would you choose? Because personally, I don't think that it would have even come to my mind about like the Revelations route. I don't think I would have even have thought of, hey, I'm not going to choose somebody, because I just have a feeling my brain wouldn't work like that. I would probably choose Conquest, though. Like, personally, I would choose the family I was raised with.
I would have chosen to leave. I would have chose Revelations, which makes me kind of sad that they didn't have Revelations come out sooner, because that's when I'm doing playing it and everything, I was like, I want to be like, F it, and just I want to leave all of it just behind, because it's like when you look at it, it's sort of like you be not lied to by both, but it's like both places have these mentalities that don't fit with my character. So I would have personally been like, no, I'm gone. I'm leaving. I'm going to start a different thing.
I feel like if it wasn't such a situation where they like put you on the spot, choose me, choose you, I might have come up with that idea. But I feel like when you have both your families just pulling on your arms, it's like, what do I do?
Which is funny, because that's why I would have been like, no, I'm leaving, because it's too hard of a choice. So I just would have been like, I'm gone, bye, just screw everything.
I would have picked the family that raised me. They're the people that I know love me and whatnot. So I would simply just pick them.
Yeah, and also I feel. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, I was just saying, like, it seems like your kingdom needs some sort of help, and you need to do something about that. Like, I don't think I could leave my kingdom knowing that the king is a total dick.
The biggest of dicks.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So,
I
wow.
would feel obligated to do something.
But for some apparent reason, I love King Garrett. I love
You would.
I'm like, Daddy.
This question is like super interesting because, all right, I did this in Fire Emblem Awakening too, but I realized it was a mistake with Birthright and Conquest to do this. But I named the character after myself, and when I did that, I instantly regretted it because it felt like I was vicariously living through this character and all of his experiences. So this is a problem for me because then I start analyzing the crap out of every decision I make. And yeah, I'm going to tell you flat up, I got to that Chapter 6 Branches of Fate thing, and like I left my 3DS on and open for like 6 hours just contemplating what I should be doing right now. Like, okay, so the analytical part of my mind was just like, listen, it doesn't matter what I choose. Because honestly, it's two means to the same end, I should say. If I go the Birthright route, yes, I'm going to be in an environment where everybody distrusts me, but at the same time, I go to what I believe is the direct root of the cause, King Garen, and I kill him. That's pretty much the crux of the entirety of Birthright. And then if I go the other way, the inside route, I risk potentially losing my bloodline in order to kind of change things from the inside, and you have to like wonder at yourself which is the slower path, which is the faster path. Though it sounds pretty bad to me, killing all of the Norians sounds a lot faster than trying to achieve peace inside the kingdom before ending the war. So yeah, like all I could think of was like I need to carve this bloody path, and I chose Birthright. And I'm just like, this shows how much of a horrible person I am. Holy crap.
So does that mean you got the like special edition?
I did. I could have chosen
Oh,
Revelation
you
as well.
bastard.
I know, right?
It's so hard.
I pre-ordered it literally the moment it went out on Best Buy that night. Like I was up on the news waiting for that pre-order, and so I was the first one I think to get it in this area, and literally an hour after I had gotten it, it had been sold out. So it was really tough, but I made do.
I was literally gonna buy it for $300, and then I just had a come to God moment, and it's like, what am I doing with my life?
I thought about it too.
Yeah, no, don't get from scalpers. I would never condone scalpers. Anybody who's watching, don't buy from scalpers. If it's a special edition, just count your losses and walk away, please. Like, it's not worth it. It really isn't. That's what they did with the amiibos. They made them like $50 on Amazon or stuff by buying out all of GameStop supply. It was a big mess. But I digress. I did want to say that I did have the Revelation path available to me from the beginning, but I purposely chose not to go that route for the sole purpose, and literally this is the sole reason why. I didn't want to spoil myself for the other story. So whatever story I had planned on starting, I was going to go back and finish the other story afterwards.
That was my intention as well. I have yet to get Revelations.
And rightfully so, because you won't be tempted to start it.
Yeah.
I did. See, funny thing is, I did get it, right? But then I tried to format my DS to get my Pokebank from my other one,
Mhm.
and it deleted it.
Oh.
Wow. Yes, that's right. When you format your memory card, that does happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to rebuy it. So essentially, I'm paying full price for the game.
You won't have to rebuy it.
You don't have to rebuy it.
Yeah.
If it's
How?
the same account, you just go into history and you could download it again. It'll stay in your eShop account.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even if, say, you bought a new DS and you forgot to transfer your information, you could always call Nintendo and they'll do it for you from their end and send all your things. Nintendo's
Okay,
pretty
I
good like
kind
that.
of want to save and download it now, just because I'm like, bitch, give me my money.
Do they have
Yeah, help.
And Nintendo's like, you should have your money, Shasta.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I thought that your account was solely connected, like, with your DS.
No,
So
it's,
if, like, your DS, then you lose your account. Because they had this, like, there's a big thing where everybody's so mad because Nintendo won't make it, so you have it on your account, but it's on your console.
it's on your account, and yeah, your DS is linked to that account, but it still saves everything within that history of that account. So even if you got a new one and you forgot to do because you could do the whole data transfer right when you have it. But say if you turn it in, you can call them, and if you prove that's you, and it's very easy. I mean, if you have your credit card that you bought everything on, they'll do it for you. So it's not as big as a deal as people kind of make it to seem, because Nintendo's actually very good at doing that. Because I've done it before when I bought a new 3DS or a new DS or something because mine's broke. I called them so I could get Animal Crossing because I had downloaded it, and I just had to prove that I bought it, and I used my credit card because I couldn't remember everything I bought. And the next day, all my it updated with all my history information, so they have it.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
And
Yeah.
she's done it like 3 times, so
Yeah.
she knows.
Maria,
No, I know.
She's a Nintendo expert here, guys.
Yeah. She's Nintendo Support 101, right?
Yep.
That should make that an official job title and pay her money.
But yo, back to Fire Emblem. Nikayla, do you have anything else to ask?
Depends. I'm kind of interested. Do you guys follow any of the original, voice actor, any of the cast before they translated it? Were any of you disappointed or anything like that? Because I'm a little bit of a gigantic fangirl, and I kind of need to know who's voicing who, and then the English translation version, compare them.
I don't follow it very closely, but I do have an opinion about it a little bit. I think that the weird thing for me, at least, the thing that doesn't sit right with me, was the fact that Nintendo didn't allow for a multi-language feature here, because it did it for Awakening.
I know,
Sorry.
I was so mad. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I understand your anger, because it doesn't make sense why they would do it for the previous game, and then you have these successor games coming out with all the hype generated from Awakening, and you're not going to give dual audio?
It might be.
I heard some people were saying that it might be because the size.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The size of the game.
That makes no sense whatsoever, because you've already got the special edition that's going to be your first run. That's running you at least 8 gigs. So you have to use the 8 gig card, which means they have more than enough space on the 8 gig card to fit the dual audio. I'm almost 100% sure of that.
And
So
they had dual audio for Fates as well, or for Awakening. So
yes, they did.
I have to agree. I think that was stupid.
So I'm of the understanding that each individual 3DS game, the standard card they use is a 2 gigabyte card, unless the game's a large file, in which case they'll use the 4 gigabyte card. But the cost doesn't actually show up in there. So you'll get a bunch of games that are on the 2 gigabyte card and are on the 4 gigabyte card, but their price is still going to be around $40 when they release new. So there's almost no difference in the retail selling point from what I have seen. And so it doesn't make sense to me then why they wouldn't just upgrade to the 4 gigabyte card for Fire Emblem, Birthright, and Conquest, and then just include dual audio.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another reason that I heard. The other thing I heard was it might have to do with the singer that did Azura's song.
Mm-hmm.
apparently that was her debut song, and they're really, really weird and strict in Japan about like music contracts and stuff like that. Like if you've ever been to a concert at like a con or something, a lot of the time you like are not allowed to take pictures. You're not allowed to do. Well, I guess that's kind of like normal-ish, but a lot of the stuff is like super strict there. So they said that might have been another thing as why they couldn't do the dual audio. These are just speculations, of course. Yeah,
So-
like the licensing. Like they didn't know if that would mess up with Japan's like whatever they have with her as a singer.
My response to that is that why did you go with a debut singer then, Nintendo? Did you think it was going to be cheaper? And if that's the case, I understand business need, whatever. But like that, they still haven't made an official statement on that, and that perplexes me. Not to say anything against the English singer. To be 100% honest, I do like the English singing rendition a lot. So I enjoyed that thoroughly, and I'm not going to take that away from her. But it would have been nice to have both versions so you could appreciate both.
This is gonna be, I don't know how much you guys are gonna like me or not after this, but I'm a dub fangirl. I mean, I like my stuff translated so I don't have to read and everything. People talk about how, oh, it's not the same voice. To me, it's like the same thing. I mean, if I've never seen it in Japan, it's not gonna sound any different to me what the characters sound like and everything. So to me, I kind of like, that it's dubbed. I mean, I think for all fair purposes, they should have put dual audio just because that's kind of the thing. But I rather that Nintendo just dubbed it, because there's a lot of games coming out now that they don't even bother dubbing it, and that annoys me just because that's what's kind of in, I feel now, that a lot of people just like, oh, I'm just a fan of the original Japanese and everything, so they don't even bother dubbing it. So I at least feel I'm glad that, Nintendo dubbed it for people like me, because I feel like it's kind of ruining it for people like me when I really just want to enjoy and not have to be like, oh, I gotta read this and pay attention to what's saying because it's going by fast and all this stupid stuff.
Well,
Okay.
with Fire Emblem, you gotta read anyways because it's only like partly.
Oh, no, I know, yeah. That was kind of like a rant on other things and stuff like that.
Oh no, I totally get it. There's a lot of people like that too.
I think I have no proof, but I think they did not add the dual audio for censoring options. Like they probably said
Oh,
things
snap.
that they cannot censor because they'll have to re-record the voices. So it'll just be easier to take all that out. I think that's what's the reason why.
That is actually
Not
wow.
That probably makes sense, yeah.
yeah. Understand it anyways, unless of course you do speak Japanese. But
Well, not only that, but think about the noises sometimes they make. They kind of sound like they're having sex. So that could have been it too, the like moans and stuff. It's true.
yeah, with the cutting anyways. So or the cutting. Jeez.
You with that wait hold up Nikita, I did not really understand what you said about when I said the censoring. Could you just repeat that real quick?
That they cut out the petting.
No, the censoring of not putting dual audio, and I said I think they took it out because the censor, like, words.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying that like if it's going to North America, I would assume that a lot of them would think, oh, I don't speak Japanese anyway, so you're probably not going to understand it, of course, unless you're studying it. But
that wouldn't make a difference if you can understand it or not. It's still things that needs to be censored because
Yeah, I mean, just take Soleil for example, right? And the censoring of her support conversation, the whole the infamous drug incident, I should say.
yeah, I've read like a lot up on that, and apparently it's not as like
It was misrepresented.
are making it out to be.
Mhm.
But I completely understand with the whole controversy of it and why they cut it out. Like I completely get that because of course they're not going to want people to be questioning it, especially if you heard about what it was before. But apparently, like, have you guys done her support at all?
I have not
Who's-
because I'm not playing Conquest.
I kind of wonder how they changed it.
Who's? Sorry?
Soleil.
Yeah, I don't even know her. Sorry. I can't add to that.
no, I don't think anyone got to that point yet.
I was also thinking if they had to do censorship, right, the mass majority of consumers in North America are not adults. They're children.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
another thing to keep in mind, which is probably why they got rid of the face petting.
I
Which
mean,
to me doesn't make any sense either, because like think of Pokemon. Did anybody see that one
Yeah.
picture of like
when you're
Machop?
rubbing, yeah. Well, that's what like it annoyed me that they took
Brush,
out the
but-
face petting because it's like they kept it in Pokemon. It's not. It's just your face. It's not like you could touch the character's boobs or their chest or anything.
Well,
you know?
technically you can, but it's not gonna do anything.
Well, yeah, but whatever.
It's just
Like
gonna
you're
make
just a
their face-
perv when you're gonna doing that anyway. So
On that note, though, I think it was cheap of Nintendo not to program an alternative. For example, I'm a huge fan of Pokemon's petting mechanic, and we've got this lovely pet dragon now. Why can't I pet her? Why? You took out the face mechanic, fine, but not to replace it with something to utilize that coding? Why? Y'all are
Because-
tomorrow.
Actually, have you guys gotten to the point in a marriage where different events happen, like when you create the bond?
yes. Like
and
being able to
actually-
blow on them and stuff.
Yeah, and there's one after that, or no, it might be before that, where you actually have to wake up one of the characters when they're sleeping, and you actually do touch their face. So there is like a slight use of that, but that is it. Like you pretty much just like pet their face a little bit, and then they wake up.
It still doesn't change the fact they should have made a fully replaced mechanic for it.
I just don't think they should have cut it out in general. I think that they think a lot of North Americans are really, really sensitive. I mean, maybe some of us are. I'm against censoring, but that's just me. Yeah.
My thing with all of that is that, okay, I really wanted that to still be inside the game, but I understand why they took it out. Nintendo has a bad history with North America and being sued by the most ridiculous stuff. Just look into the history of Pokemon, how much time Pokemon got sued. It's not about the America one, it's about the Mother Society and these other people with money that will just make Nintendo's life a living hell when Nintendo could just avoid all that by just doing taking it out of the game. Go ahead.
Why did Pokemon get sued?
Pokemon got sued by a lot of different things.
Yeah.
They got
Religious
sued for a lot.
cults.
religious was a big one. Yeah.
The whole evolution thing
activists.
was a pretty big thing.
Oh my god, but
PETA activists.
PETA,
Yep. PETA activists. Yep, that was
Yeah.
another one too.
Holding two spoons. It's ridiculous. They got sued for the most stupidest things. And the whole thing is Nintendo is pushing this game hard, and they did not want all that negative press that's gonna come by it. So it's like
Yeah.
them just cutting out losses.
Yeah, I do have to say, like, as kind of like an overall broad general statement, I don't really care too much that we got things the way we did in the localized edition because I'm just happy we got the game. So these kind of issues that are raised up on the subject, it more perplexes me than it angers me at this point. It's just like I'm happy I got the game and I can play it.
The only thing about the censorship, I mean, I kind of got over the face petting, even though I personally was looking forward to, because I like a lot of that, helping the support thing. But the only thing really with the censorship that kind of bugged me was the outfits, because now we don't got anything but the towel, and I was like, really? It's like, that was the only thing that kind of bugged me, because it's like, for that, don't even give me the towel. Take the towel away, too, because it's just like, I'm playing the whole thing going, how do I unlock more? How do I unlock more? And then I realized there is no more because they censored it. And I'm like, but that's just dumb. Don't, that's the only, because I could see Nintendo's point in censoring, like Tony said, to avoid problems. I also feel some of the stuff that they censored in other games, I felt like it was the right thing for Nintendo to do. Like, one of the other big issues was Xenogears, how they censored some of the outfits on their, 13-year-old character. Like, I agree with that. And stuff. So I could see why Nintendo does the things they do. I just feel like if you were going to do that, take the towel away from me. Just don't give me the damn towel. Like, it just makes me feel like, hey, how do I get more costumes when I can't?
Oh my god, I just realized petting a 14-year-old, 12-year-old is kind of wrong.
Yeah, it is kind of wrong. Okay. All
Well,
right. Let's all backpedal real quick.
Well, that's why Nintendo does some of the stuff that they, people don't get it, but there's certain things that, I mean, it's also even with the movements that's kind of going on now, especially in Japan, where they're trying to get away with the whole pedophilia thing, and it's like, people gotta understand a lot of the stuff Nintendo does, like with the censorship, it's really heavily on pedophilia. Like they don't want to promote it, they don't want to have that around, and that's their biggest thing because it's a bad thing, you know.
You know what? I totally agree with that part. Yeah.
But just kind of change the conversation a little bit. I blush when I got married, and I come to my little hut, and my wife was there, just standing there, and being like, "Oh, are you just gonna stand there? You expect me to kiss you? No, you close your eyes." And like she kisses me, I blush like a little baby, and I'm just like, "Best game ever."
No, I think every character has those blushy moments. You just can't deny it.
I can't pick who to marry. I think then again, I have even left. I don't really have much choices left anymore because I married people off.
The issue, okay, this is probably like the worst thing I could have done, but like I said, I named my character after myself, so this caused a whole host of issues with my playing experience. But the big one was that by chapter 15, I had not married anybody because I was still trying to get all the maximum support conversations.
Yeah.
So I had like 20 people at A rank about to go to S rank, and I didn't want to marry any of them because I'm like, what other character am I going to get?
Well, that's how I was, but then I was like, oh, I want to get the children because your character can marry the children. So I want to see, well, maybe there's a cool children I like, and I've seen it, and I was like, wow. I mean, I felt like, the characters weren't bad, but like for me personally, for my character's husband, it was so hard because I didn't feel, I didn't have like a super favorite. Like in Awakening, I have even married off my character in Awakening, but because I was between like who I wanted to marry, and then so it's like I'm kind of like, well, I like these two together, they go good, and so now I'm left with, I think the only person I have is her best friend, and I'm like, shit. But she's not bad because I do like their cute storyline together. How he's trying to, make your character remember how they were best friends and the stuff that they do and everything. So it's cute because it's like that childhood friend going into a romance. But at the same time, like, damn, like shoot, I don't know how they would have been with everybody else, especially since I didn't get all the support up. So as I'm getting like to A support, I was like, oh shit, that would have been good.
Yep.
Oh damn, that would have been good.
I can firmly remember in Birthright, the chapter after you're like looking for your eldest brother, and you get to like Shiv or something. But there's this one chapter where the resistance leader Scarlet joins your team.
Yeah.
The moment I saw Scarlet, I was like, waifu number 1, stamp that right now. And I went through that support conversation so quickly, and that was when all my indecision was gone. Now here's the problem: I married her, and I was having fun with that. I would come back and be like, yes, my waifu, she there. And then Silas's daughter happened, and I kind of regretted everything I had ever done in my life. And I'm like, I would be the worst husband in real life. I'm just thinking to myself, this is how I treat my wife.
Well, you know what's funny is with me too, like the character I kind of wanted to marry, just because I guess the way I am, I wanted to marry Gunter, and so.
That is hilarious.
I don't know how far,
Yes.
everybody got and stuff, but it's like, when he, died or whatever, I was like, no, because that's actually who I wanted my character to marry. I wanted to marry Gunter. I don't care. I like older men. Shut up.
That old guy with a scar on his face that proves he can take a hit.
That's right, that he's gonna protect me, and I wanted to marry him. And then it's like later I find out it doesn't matter. You can't marry Gunter. I'm like, fuck you. Why? Why can't I marry Gunter?
Yeah, okay.
Wait, you can't marry Gunther?
You can marry Gunther.
I thought you couldn't.
Well, you can save him. You can save him.
Conquest.
I could what?
You can save him in Conquest.
Yeah,
Oh,
in
you can marry-
Conquest, not in Birthright.
Not in Birthright.
Oh,
No.
son of a bitch! Really? If I knew that, I would have played Conquest.
That
Yo,
is
and
something
that
I
is
have to
so-
point out.
That is the best mission so far. Saving his ass. That was fun.
I have to point this out now because we're on that topic, but like the biggest curveball, like people think it's the mechanics that Birthright got a threw a wrench into when they first started playing. No, the biggest curveball was that there's special chapters. If you don't fulfill conditions, one of your characters dies, like automatically. This happens in Birthright. It happens in Conquest. Yes, Shasta knows. Let's not talk about that. I was furious. I got into a hangout with Tony. Yes, I got into a hangout with Tony, and I'm like cursing my mind out, just like trying to relay as calm a disposition as I can to Tony my anger at the fact that I had gotten to chapter 15 and I could do nothing to save Kaze, and I saved over that file too, which was, I'm not even going to go there. But
Wait.
anyway.
Oh, he could die? I didn't even know he could die, because I have him.
It
Yeah,
was literally the chapter after he pledges his allegiance to you. He's like, my lord, I will become your servant. Oh, now I'm going to go die. Bye! And I'm just like, no!
He's actually one of my favorites, too. Like, I always
I know! He was my husbando number 2!
Yo, I'm not even going to lie. I had a man crush on Kaze. He is amazing.
No, he's a good ninja, yo. Yeah.
He's better than a good ninja.
Go,
He's a good
Ninja! Go,
person.
Ninja! Go! Go,
Yeah,
Ninja!
I just...
And his daughter. I'm not even going to go there, but his daughter.
What's his daughter's name? I forget.
You can just look up images. You can just
The
look up
little
images.
one, right?
Yes, the tiny one that you just want to protect.
I haven't gotten her!
It's okay, Shasta. Go to Google, type in Kaze's daughter Midori, and just look at an image of her.
Oh, yes, Midori's so cute. I love her.
She is the ultimate precious thing in this game.
I'm missing out!
Yo, Nicole, were you gonna say something?
Oh, I just wanted to know, like, what happened in chapter 15, because I'm past that, but I didn't know he could die.
All right, so there is a way to get around this, but essentially, if you don't have an ace support with Kaze before chapter 15, he will die at the end of the chapter.
Okay, yeah, I'm the type of person who literally is like what you said, or I don't know if you said you did that, but I have like A supports with like everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, let me rectify that statement. I have ace supports with every marriage candidate.
It's only the ladies he could screw. He could give a shit about the men. And that's what happens. We don't give a shit about your homies.
Sadly, yeah, I did put the bro code first, and I suffered for it.
Exactly. That's what happens.
So sad though. Can you explain to me what actually happened?
So he pledges his allegiance to you as the servant, right? And then there's a landslide that happens at the end. So instead of like somebody swooping in to save him or you being able to pull him up, he's like, my lord, you can't save me. And then she just like forces you to let go of him and falls into the abyss and dies.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's the
That's
worst ending.
horrible.
And then literally after he falls and dies, Hinoka comes in and is like, can I save him? And your unit just turns to her and is like, he's dead. I'm just like...
On this note, I'm gonna say this now. I had Sakura married to Kaze. No, wait. I had Hinoka married to Kaze, and so in my mind it was, holy fuck, my sister had to choose me over her husband.
Oh, that makes me
That
sad.
is terrible.
I'm doing wrong.
So have you
So,
guys
like,
got
as I'm watching the scene, I'm going, Hinoka, your husband, get him! Get him!
I don't know if you guys did this or not, but before I speak, actually, Michaela was saying something.
Oh, yes, go ahead, Michaela.
I
Sorry.
was just asking if anybody had like gotten full support with Kaze. I haven't gotten the S one yet. I just haven't done his marriage yet, but I did get to his A support, and it's so sweet.
He's a sweet
Yeah.
character.
He like talks about not being like anybody's retainer, and like how he thinks that Mikoto thought that he would be your retainer and like all this stuff, and then he like pledges himself to you over all the other siblings and all this, and it's really sweet.
And that's exactly what happens at the end of chapter 15 before he kills himself.
No, before you let him die, yo.
Don't bring back those memories. Please.
Oh my god, so him marrying Hinoka is the cutest thing
Oh,
ever.
Yes. Okay.
Him
So
marrying Hinoka is adorable.
I
should
did
try
want to
that.
say I did want to say this because Shasta brought up that point of like choosing between your brother and your lover. So has anyone? Okay, you probably haven't, but since I am a male character and Hinoka was screwable, I was able to get to the final level. I got to the S rank with Hinoka, and I did it just for giggles, just to see what they would say. Apparently, and I don't know if this ties into Revelation at all, but apparently he's not actually blood related to the Hoshidians as well.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Honestly, I'm confused if is it actually that way in the Japanese one, or did they just make the English translation that way? Like,
I have a feeling that was actually pretty faithful.
Yeah, I think the whole reason is because that's why Revelations is what it's going to be, because I think that's why it's called Revelations. I think it's supposed to be like, I don't think he's either blood relatives of either of them. When you think of the power that he has, nobody else can turn into a dragon and all that stuff. So I feel like, yeah, it's like he's in the middle of a fight between two nations and they're both lying to him. And that's why, like, I would have been, that's why, like, if I was me in that situation, I would have been like, no, I'm out walking away, because there's got to be there's something else there, You kind of get that feeling right away.
Yeah.
For sure. I did Ryoma and Takumi's marriages actually already.
Okay, hold on. Takumi's marriage and then the resultant child. Did you get the child for Takumi?
Yeah.
Did you
So
see?
weird, but he's so cute.
I'm currently stuck trying to get
I'm
him.
looking at a bear, and you're like, dude, calm down.
he's the greatest contrast to his father. Like my only memory of this, like the clearest memory I should say, is when Takumi comes charging and he's like, "I'll save you, son." And he gets to his son and he's like, "What's up, Dad?" Like, did nothing happen?
Yeah, isn't it? His is the samurai. He's got like the samurai kid or something.
No.
Who's his son again?
Archer.
He's an
No,
archer.
Ryoma's has a spear, actually.
Oh yeah, the hunter. Like he's just like chilling about hunting
Yeah.
or whatever, and he like wandered off somewhere.
Yes.
Yes, I love that conversation.
He's like,
It was hilarious.
it's time
He's
to
like,
go hunt
"Oh,
bears
shit."
in the forest. He
Yeah,
ends up finding like all the these outrun people. He's like, all right, time to hunt people, and he just like starts casually shooting them.
Yeah, he's funny. He was cute. He was a cute guy too. Like his conversation was funny because I'm like, really, dude? Because he's just so nonchalant, like
Yeah.
about everything.
The best way I could describe him is like passive aggressive without realizing he's passive.
Yes.
His support with his dad is really cute, too, actually.
Mhm.
And that's funny because
But he's, like, so good. He's such a good archer. Like, his dad, like, gets jealous of him.
oh my gosh.
He hits this thing from really far when he's like, how did you hit that? He's like, I've been trying to friggin' get that thing for how long? And it was really funny. It was a deer.
Yes, I actually do remember that support. And I think it's actually really hilarious that he's like one of my favorite children characters, but his brother, his father, that Takumi, for the longest time, and Tony can attest to this, for the longest time, I thought he was the biggest jerk on the face of this planet. Like I would purposely put him in the line of fire of 15 units. And unknowingly he would kill all of them, and I'd be like, why?
I like him. I like Tamaki. I think he was a cutie. Like, I mean, I didn't like him enough to marry him, but I understood like why he was angry and stuff. Like,
No, he was a deprived, spoiled brat who just wanted to be in the limelight and he wanted attention. That's all he wanted. Attention.
Okay. So Tony will attest to it, but my Takumi, he hits with 28 to 60 damage now per hit.
wow.
Yeah, when you first get him, he hits 25 damage
Yeah.
per hit.
He's
It's
a
ridiculous.
dog.
Put him up. Technically, even if you hate his character, he's still useful to have
yeah.
because he's got such good stat and
The
ability.
problem is that he's so good that he can't be killed no matter what you do. Like,
It's like,
literally,
fuck it, I want him to die.
I'm putting this man. Okay, if anyone remembers Chapter 10, I just call this like, okay, one of our friends named Warren has this thing called Ninja Mafia in his comic, and I just called that chapter the Ninja Mafia chapter because, holy crap, the swarms of ninjas in that chapter
I
alone.
know.
I know.
Okay, so that chapter, that's when you get Takumi, and like, I'm trying everything in the book to get this man killed, and somehow these ninjas bypass Takumi because they know they can't win and kill all my other characters. I don't get how that works. Like, he takes out 15, and then one gets through the crack and kills my healer. Like, it's nothing. And I'm like, really?
Oh, wait. I have a question about that, about Chapter 10. With the ninjas, did you guys have any of the supports between Kaze and Saizo? Because if you did, you find out that it has something to do with their father, and there was a guy that killed their dad, and blah, blah, blah. And if you get Saizo or Kaze to kill the ninja guy, which I, like, purposely did because I already had their support rank up to A,
Yeah,
you get, like, a
Hamilton.
bonus conversation where
I
he,
see.
like, finds out that's the guy that killed his dad and all this stuff, and it's really cool.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go
It's
back
a
and do
nice
that.
little bonus. I like
Yeah, I
it.
didn't know that.
It's pretty interesting because in Conquest you get all that conversation beforehand, and then he was too much of a pain to keep alive because he's Saizo has a death wish. I was just like, yo, go ahead and get yourself killed because I ain't restarting this shit again. Because, so I wonder if we get a special conversation later on because of that. But yeah, forget Saizo.
No, but man, Saizo the Meat Bun Master. Like you can't not like Saizo if you're playing Birthright. Come on.
Yeah, no, Saizo's definitely got a lot of character. And on that note, did you guys ever get your A+ units together? The Bros and Homes?
Yes.
I haven't
I
done
call
that
them my pseudo-homo couple. I actually thought, like, because I didn't come into Birthright and Conquest with knowledge. Like, I didn't study anything before because I wanted it to be a brand new experience to me. And I'm glad I did it. But I thought A+ was like the gay rank.
That's what I thought too.
So I was like, oh my god, first gay couple, Saizo and Tsubaki.
Oh
No,
gosh.
sorry,
Yo,
yeah,
no.
Tsubaki.
Okay.
And they're the coolest bros, man.
I would
Cool.
I would support any relationship with a man and Tsubaki because Tsubaki's like awesome.
Yeah, Tsubaki is amazing.
If there was any character that deserved like a gay pairing, it would have to be Tsubaki x anyone because Tsubaki is just the best guy. Like I wish I could pair up the Avatar with him, but you can't.
See, I wish they made more gay supports, like just same-sex supports.
I think they only have one per game. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's one per game, and they're literally like the female one. She reminds me of Thadra from Awakening, and that creeps me out. So I do not like Thadra.
You want to know the story behind that? There's actually a story behind that.
I don't. Okay, go ahead.
So when
She's probably gonna end up dying in my game anyway.
it has nothing to do with actually Tarja, but like, well, it kind of does. So in Japan, when this game was in development, Birthright and Conquest, they did a poll to see which characters from Awakening people would like to see as children characters in Fates and Conquest. And Tarja was one of the most requested, so she ended up getting a look-alike in this as a child character.
Ew.
So Rajat is a child character, and she's also the only character you can get that can form a lesbian pairing with the Avatar, and only the Avatar.
Yep.
Yes, and that bothers me.
Just the Avatar.
Wait, it's more than just the Avatar?
No, I wish you could.
That'd be great, but unfortunately no.
At least it's a step. Like, at least they took a step in that direction. I know some people are still pretty upset about it, because, like, even with Tomodachi Life, like, everybody was, like, super angry, because they think that Nintendo's, like, homophobic or something, but...
They're not, they're just being careful.
That's what people need to understand. Nintendo's just being careful. I mean, it's like Tony said, people jump on them for so many things. They're just, they're just being careful, and that I wish people would kind of understand that in the game industry. It's not like people are being homophobic or not. It's just that it's such a tracky thing, and especially when you're trying to go for a certain rating, and that's another thing. When you want a certain rating, like all those games that do have it, they're in the M rating. Because it's like anything goes, but they don't want to have that rating. They want to have that, PG-13 teen kind of rating. So they have to go, it's like they just have to do what won't give them any controversy and everything to kind of screw up, get them into trouble. And that's like all game companies. A lot of them, when they do certain things and they don't have certain things, that's why they do it.
See, I don't really agree with that, just because a lot of the relationships in Fire Emblem are like pretty innocent. So even if you were to have a gay relationship, it shouldn't matter the age, I think. Like, just because it's rated PG-13, it shouldn't really matter, in my opinion, that, just because they're gay, no, it has to be rated M for mature or something. Like, no, it's still an innocent relationship. It's just between two people of the same sex.
Well, yeah, that's how it should be, but that's not how the industry views it.
Yeah.
Like when they get into trouble, it doesn't matter. It's just because you put that in. We want a certain rating. You can't, that kind of stuff is like older. It's not their thinking, but it's what they have to deal with, and that's why they have to do it that way.
It's sad.
It's also an interesting note is if a character that is it's like a borderline racism, and I hate to bring the let me rephrase this in my head.
Yeah.
When in video games, a lot of characters are simplified, right?
Yeah.
So, as much as to, I guess, someone who's more educated about how people actually work, you can be gay and still act completely normal, and whatever normal is, that's not how it works in apparently the film and the media industry, right? People are put into categories. And so another thing that's very, that's like it's really touchy because representation in media is a huge thing, especially when it comes to, say, racism and, of course, same-sex marriage. That's to say, I think they overcomplicate it. It really is just two people. But that's not how it's viewed in media.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the problem.
In
But,
media, there are stereotypes.
But I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually gonna ask a couple last questions to end the podcast because we're actually over the 1 hour mark, and I actually wanna. I really do wanna bring this up, man. The last question you guys should answer as a group, but seeing that I'm the only one that played Conquest, I find the story to be. Okay, I made a guy character because I made a mistake in Awakening making a girl character. Bad mistake. And I wanted to marry my waifu. But basically, when I'm playing Conquest, I finding that the story is more suited for a female character. Like a lot of these situations, yes, it could be just my mentality, but doesn't really fit well with the guy character. Like, why is everyone babying him? His relationship with Carmela, if it all worked better if it was a female character. And I basically think Conquest was made for you to play as a female character.
I disagree with that, but
Do you guys
Yeah,
have
I agree.
anything?
Gender thing.
Sorry, you can go.
I would say, like, I get what you're saying, Tony, but that's because of your, I feel like, just your personal perspective, you know, how you view how people should be and stuff, but, like, I feel like you could play with anybody because the whole point, like, especially like Camila, for one, she's your overbearing older sister type, you know, so regardless of if you're male or female, she's just going to be overbearing on you. That's, you know, and that kind of fits with anybody, kind of. And not only that, when you think about the storyline, how it is, especially when it comes to that whole plot thickening thing where it's like, oh, you know, that's not really their brother or sister, you can understand the whole, like, let's shelter him, let's, you know, keep him from knowing too much or anything, because that kind of goes with the them kidnapping you and trying.
But that's not the thing with Camilla, yeah. But the other thing is not what I say that. But that's not for this conversation. Do you guys have anything with the storyline that you guys wish would have changed or anything like that? Playing Birthright.
Before that, you can't just leave this thing open like that, Tony. Like, you have to let us respond to it. And I am going to respond to that previously before I answer this next question. I do feel that you're associating the male avatar and female avatar as characters outside of your own perspective, and I think the point is that you're supposed to be in that perspective. So it's not happening to a male or a female character; it's happening to you. And whatever you identify as, whatever you chose to identify as is in the game, that's pretty much representation of you, whether or not you were a male playing a female or a male playing a male. So I think you shouldn't be thinking of it as you know, babying is more suited to a female character. You should be thinking as babying is more suited to you, especially because you're new to this world as a player. That's how I see it.
Is there anything you will change in you notice in Birthright? If not, I have another question about children. I'm just gonna jump to the children one.
Wait, there's something about the story. I think with the storyline, and I feel there's something with the older brother I wish that we were able to see, and I know you see it in Conquest, but I wish we were able to get a kind of clue of it in Birthright, because it's sort of like he just pops back up out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh hey, and like that kind of bugged me in the Birthright story.
Yeah, where did he go?
Yeah, like there's no in the you know, we get no, and it just continues on like, oh hey, hi, you're back. Oh okay, we were looking for you. Nothing, and that kind of bugged me a little bit. I don't know if they touch upon it like later because I haven't finished it, but that's the one thing about story-wise that kind of bugged me, because I was like, okay, this whole thing to get him, and he's just like, hi.
There was like a weird way he was acting though, so I feel like it is either going to get resolved later or resolved in Revelations. So that's just my personal opinion on it. But
it might be.
I don't know.
But that's the one thing. Like,
it could be those dastardly deeds that apparently the Hoshidos do.
No, you know what it was? Ryoma put him under a trance.
I've only seen one bad thing, or technically bad thing, that the Hoshidos have done, right? Or two technically, but one was under illusion, so I can't really count it. wipe out the wolf people. That's what they did.
Yeah.
And that was the one negative thing I could say could be held against them,
Well,
other than
they
accidentally
kidnapped
murdering a bunch of villagers. Yeah, go
They
ahead.
also kidnapped the Zora. They did succumb to like Nor's strategy, and they did kidnap Sora because she's kidnapped too from Nor. So
Yeah,
Look
but
at
she...
that.
Okay, hold on. I was about to fall into my own thought trap. I was like, but she's happy there. And I go, wait a minute, Shasta. Stockholm Syndrome. Backpedal.
But she's
Well,
happy.
but that's a different conversation because I have a lot of insight of what you guys were saying. But one thing I do think, because I thought that Birthright and Conquest are gonna be the same story but mirrored each other differently, and in my story, the Rainbow Sage is the really important part of the story. And I keep asking Ahmed, have you got to the Rainbow Stage? And to the point that he did get to the Rainbow Stage, and it was an afterthought. And I'm like, how could the Rainbow Stage be an afterthought when everyone is fighting for this power and he's so important to the plot? And it broke my mind. I'm like, is this actually a mirror or just like two separate, completely events?
I have a feeling like it's two separate events because
They're supposed to be, right?
Yeah, in Birthright, he's kind of just like, oh, you should go see the Rainbow Sage. And you're like, cool, let's go on an adventure.
this Rainbow Sage is literally the most flaky guy I've ever seen in Birthright.
But okay, in Conquest is a race who could get to the Rainbow Stage first because your older brother that kills everything, he's after it, and it's just this giant fight, and to the point that we have to save the Rainbow Stage from your crazy ass sister that needs to be like parental control every time because she cannot be alone because she makes bad life decisions.
leave Hanako alone. Leave
The
her
one in
alone.
the flying pony, she cannot be alone. She makes stupid shit.
Leave her alone.
Listen, she's only doing it because you're not there to control her.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
someone needs. I mean, kidnapping the Rainbow Sage and holding them hostage and taking them out of the city is not a good thing.
Oh my god, that's what happens?
Yeah.
I point
But
to
because Roroma goes there and Roroma gets the power and Roroma tells her, leave the Rainbow Sage alone. And she's like, you know what? You left. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to be the big sister and I'm going to do something stupid.
I have to say though, in defense of Birthright and the Hoshidans, like when they're fighting in Birthright against Xander and friggin' Leo, they're just like, must kill you all. We must kill you all. We don't want to hear what you want to say.
That's true. They are very one-minded like that. It's like, no, die, whatever. This is how it goes.
And I have to say, when the two family meets up in that little hotel hut, that is the beautiful writing scene, man. I love that scene. You tell me you guys don't have that in Birthright. Just tell me right now.
What chapter is that?
It doesn't matter. I'm playing Conquest.
I haven't seen that at all. And
I haven't. I'm at chapter 22.
yeah, I'm on chapter 22 or 23
So
right now.
you guys don't go in the little hotel and both families are living there, staying there, and the host is like, you guys cannot fight, and you guys just talk.
Nope, didn't see
Nope.
Nice, though.
Wow, you guys fuck Birthright. Fuck the Rainbow Sage. Fuck that. Like little village. I'm like, you guys got cheated.
that. But what's ironic about that whole entire statement you made is that you probably like Birthright a lot.
Yeah, you probably would love Birthright, Tony.
Because it's literally Awakening 2.0, and that's like your cup of tea.
And your Conquest is not Awakening. A complete different experience, a complete different storyline, and it kind of takes away. I don't feel important. I feel like this pawn, and my brothers and stuff like that are just playing with me and just touring me around, and I don't like that
That's what
feeling.
you're supposed to feel, though. That is.
Yeah,
what
but
the
what's better
story
as
is.
a female? But saying the conversation, I want to talk about the kids really fast. I think they did an injustice with the kids and the
They
whole
did.
kids mechanic. I kind of wish in the storyline they'll get a point and they'll have a time skip. And in that time skip, they said whoever gets partnered up has children, and you end up seeing your children like leave the village and whatnot, and seeing them in the future. So it'll be in the story, and at that point, the kids will even play a part in the story. Because right now, the kids are just, special skins or special units that really have no weight to the story. And I kind of wish they would have done something separate. Because they went out saying, oh, we got this famous writer to write this. And I'm like, and you guys couldn't do something more better with the children.
That's true. They're more just like a bonus, aren't they? That's what it feels like.
Well, they're extra. They feel like just extra units.
And
Yeah.
I have to backpedal on something I said a little bit earlier, because whereas that is true, the children are kind of like a little bit less in this game. You have to say that the plot does feel a lot tighter.
Yes. Well, the plot is a lot tighter. It's very interesting. But
How could it be
agree.
tighter if you guys don't give a shit about the Rainbow Sage?
Well, we don't know about the Rainbow Sage. Okay?
Tony's
He literally
buttered over
gives you
the Rainbow
one
Sage.
key of the 3 keys you need to seal up the dragon, but no, you guys don't care about that. You just want more.
Listen,
We don't even know about that. What
The
fuck?
Rainbow Sage is as important as Hubba was in Fire Emblem Awakening. Okay? And listen, if you go to the records hall in your My Castle, he's there right alongside Hubba, ready to help you with your needs. Okay? So I don't put any stock on this guy. I don't know why you think he's so important.
I have a question. What do you guys think of the My Castle feature?
I love it. Only I wish you could play with
I like
it online. I have yet to play with it online.
Just want to
what-
give you guys a heads up. This would probably be the last question, but yeah, continue.
What did you say,
Michaela?
Michaela, thank you. Sorry.
Minoka, did you just
Mononoke Hime.
No, I was on the Fire Emblem. Minoka? Hinoka?
Sorry.
It's all Fire Emblem tonight.
Did I say something though?
I
don't
thought
remember.
you were saying something about the castle feature.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I know. I like it a lot.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I really actually like that multiplayer kind of feature that they added. I thought it was really cool. I wish you could do a little more with it. Like, I wish there was more layouts, more different options for how the houses looked and stuff like that. But for the first kind of thing doing it, it was actually pretty cool.
Although I do have to say, the one thing I do kind of miss from Awakening, it's not really a big deal. I do kind of miss being able to run around on the map.
Yeah, me too. I missed that too. Like, it's actually surprising because I actually see like the little challenges like wiggling around on the map. Like, hey, we're challenging you. Like, yeah, because it's just like it's kind of boring, just this empty space and like, oh, pick what you want to do. I have to admit, I missed that.
Yo, Nicola,
Michaela.
well, how will you take care of the children situation? How will you stick the children in the story? What will you have done differently?
In the story? Oh,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that, actually. I was kind of like, it would have been nice if, they would have been more in the story, or actually a part of the storyline more like Awakening, where they come back from the past to, like, save the world sort of thing. Like, not saying that they should have done that in Birthright or Conquest, but it just would have been nice if they would have been more in the story. I get that. But I haven't really thought of how they should have done it.
That's the big catch-22. There is no way to do it and justify it properly. I don't think.
Why? I think
Without repeating.
I think they could have just made a time skip, like a 6-year or 14-year time skip inside the middle of the story, and just have all the children be born in that time frame.
Then there would be no conflict. You would have to have solved the conflict for that long of a time skip to have occurred.
I think maybe one way to solve it would have been like actually extend things like actual events that are happening like in the storyline to have it be in the alternate realm, like have them have fights there and everything, so it's like even bringing in that whole ultimate realm more into light. I think that might have been a good way to do it.
Yeah,
I
but
would like to know more about the deep realms too.
So what?
I would have liked to have known more about the deep realms.
Yeah, because it's like the dragon took you there. That's where your castle is. So I think just adding them, just actually putting it more in the storyline, like, hey, having the king find a way to attack the deep realms, that would have, kind of connected them more better,
But with that, I'm gonna end the podcast. My name is Antonio. You can find my artwork at error /error at DeviantArt or Tumblr. Probably check out my Tumblr. Follow me. And you guys give your last piece and any plugs you guys want, and let's wrap this up. Anyone?
Well, I'll go. My name again is Maria. I'm Tony's sister, and yeah, thanks for having me and listening to me, and have fun, guys.
Shasta?
I say, Continue being a strategist. Have fun.
Nice. Michaela?
Again, I'm Michaela. You can call me Gidu. I'm a YouTuber, sort of. I post unboxings and stuff, and that's at Gidu459. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
Fire Emblem.
Just to let everyone know, links to all of these wonderful people will be in the description below, so please check that out, along with all the links that I'm going to be talking about now. My name is Shingu Amito. You can find me on YouTube, DeviantArt, and Instagram at Shingu Amito. And quick shout-outs to several other people that do awesome things. We got Cameron Knight doing Comics and Chill. Please check that out. We got the J Talk with Joshua and Jay. Awesome people. We got Episode 0, which we do on this channel, which is a bunch of artists talking about random things that aren't Fire Emblem, although there will be Fire Emblem references in it. And, of course, if you'd like to join in on any of our conversations besides on these YouTube videos, you can check out our Facebook group at Barrage Crew. It's also going to be in the description box below. It's a lot of links. Okay.
Yo, no, but before we leave, I should have opened this up as I wanted to, but my waifu is Selena. Who are you guys, waifus or hambandos? Selena for life, man.
I think I already said this earlier, but Scarlet, even though I'm cheating on her technically.
I sadly do not have one yet. I can't decide. And
what about Awakening? Who was your husband?
Oh, in Awakening, I couldn't decide between Frederick and Stelis. Damn it, how do you say his name? Stashel.
Who is that?
The other, the
Stall?
Yes, Stall.
You said like Satchel. I'm like, wait, who's Satchel?
Stall. Yeah, I couldn't. I really liked them too. So.
That's good. That's good. Even though I can't see why you would like Frederick besides his personality. I mean, as a unit, he sucked.
Yo, Frederick is awesome.
Well, that's the reason why. I mean, you don't like husbands and waifus because of their ability in battle. No, you like them for their personality.
Well, I have to disagree there. I mean, being a strong person kind of helps. I mean, just think about it this way: you want to create the master race of children.
I guess so, but Frederick was good. I mean, he's never let me down and things. So.
No, he's made not let you down. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna stop.
Look, I'll take Effie out to like dinner and take her out and stuff like that. But she's not gonna be my wife. She's gonna be my best bro. And she's like the best unit fucking ever.
Oh my gosh, Shasta, Michaela, waifu, husbando, both?
Jacob.
Yeah. Okay, if it was the Japanese one, I would definitely say Jacob, or Joker. I also really I definitely really like Suzukaze or Kaze. And I really do like Silence. He's so cute.
He is cute. I probably will end up marrying him.
I love the best friend trope. I love it.
Yes, Silas as best friend trope. Silas as a bro, because I'm an avatar. Silas as a bro is like the ultimate bro, I have to say. And when he has his daughter, proposing to his daughter, which I fantasized one day. Oh, this is gonna be so awkward. But anyway, I digress.
You want to screw your daughter? Like, wait.
Wait, bro, we're not that bro.
you want to screw your best friend's daughter? That's what I wanted to say.
Yo, childhood tropes, right?
Yo,
right.
Shasta.
And I'm just talking about Birthright because I haven't played Conquest yet, so I can't really say much about those characters just yet.
Which one?
The Conquest characters.
Oh, okay. Yes. I understand. Shasta, did you say your personal husbando waifu?
Yes, I did, Jacob.
Okay, didn't hear you before. Thank you for telling me again.
And are you guys gonna play the opposite game or Revelations when you're done doing the game you're playing right now after Perfect?
All of them.
Yes.
But which one are you gonna hit next, Conquest or Revelation?
Revelation.
I'm actually going to re-hit Birthright because I'm going to make sure Kaze doesn't die this time. Oh, you don't know how much that pains my heart, but anyway, I digress.
Alright, peace, guys. Peace.
Peace out.
Have fun.